Hey guys, I'm Matthew, and this is a series where I make a web design related video every day for 25 days. This is video 7, making a simple website on Wordpress from scratch. Please note this website will not have a menu section, and it's going to be very basic. So, today we're making a website for a fictional company called Kokoro Expeditions. Any resemblance to an actual company, active or inactive, is purely coincidental. On your WordPress dashboard, we're going to click on Appearance and then click on Themes. We're going to click on Add New Theme. And then we're going to find the elementor theme and click Install. And then click Activate. Next we're going to install Elementor, the plugin, by going to Plugins and Add New Plugin. Go to the search bar and type in Elementor. After clicking enter, you'll see Elementor pop up. You can click install. And we click activate. You can click the X in the top right. Okay. Next we're going to go to pages and click on all pages. This is a new install of WordPress, so it comes with privacy policy and sample page. We're going to delete them by clicking over here and then clicking bulk actions and move to trash. And then we're going to click apply. Now we're going to click on trash and then click over here, click on bulk actions and then delete permanently. And we'll click apply. Now we're going to go to posts and click on all posts, and we're going to delete this post by clicking over here and then bulk actions, move to trash and apply. Going to do the same after clicking on trash. Going to click here and bulk actions and then delete permanently, and now we'll click apply. Now we're going to go back to pages and click add new page, and we'll X out of this, and then we're going to type the name of our home page. Going to type home and then click publish. And click publish again, and now we'll click on edit with Elementor. Now we're going to click on page settings on the top, and where it says hide title you can click yes, and then we're going to click on site settings over here and click on header, and where it says site logo, click on show to hide it, and then click save changes. And click on the X. Perfect. Now we're gonna click on this plus here and flexbox, and then click the first structure, and we're gonna change the height a bit by going to where it says min height and clicking on px and then making that VH, and then adjusting the height by holding down the left click. And then we're going to click on the plus icon on the top and hold down the left click on the mouse and drag over container. And then we're going to drag over another container and put it inside this one. And then we're going to right click on the corner of this container and then click on duplicate. Great. Now we want to include a heading, so click on add element and drag over a heading and drop it in the first one, and then click plus and drag over text editor and put it under the heading. We're going to click the plus again and drag over a button and put it under the text. So you'll see the heading and the text and the button are now all in this container. What we want to do now is to put this container next to this one instead of on top. The way we do that is by clicking on this outer container and choosing a direction. Right now it's down, but we're gonna choose right. So click on that. Perfect. We now want this container to be in the middle of the section. And the way we do that is by clicking on the section and then where it says justify content, we're going to click center, and where it says align items, we're going to click center. And now we're going to add our background to this section, and the way we do that is by clicking on style, and then where it says background type, you can click on video. So we actually have a video background. If you don't have a video background for the first section of your website, you can click on classic and then add an image. Today we're going to add a video, so I'm going to click on video, and you'll see there's a place to put a link for a video. Now I'm going to duplicate this tab by right clicking and clicking duplicate, and I'm going to click on the elementor icon and then click exit to WordPress. I'm going to click on the WordPress icon, and now I want to add images and videos to WordPress. So I'm going to click on media and then add new media file. I'm going to click select files, and once I've found the files that I'm looking for, I'm going to hold down the left click and drag it over all of the files, and then drag all of them and drop them here. I'm going to close this and check that all the files uploaded successfully. Where I see my video, I'm going to click copy URL to clipboard. And then click on pages and click all pages, and then go to the page that I was editing, which was the home page, and click edit with Elementor. Now I'm going to click on the section over here and click style, and then paste the URL that I copied. And now I have a video in the first section of my website. But now I can't read the text over here. So what I'm gonna do is click on the outer container and add a background to it by clicking on style, and where it says background type, I'll click on classic, and then click on color over here, and then drag the color all the way to white, and then I'm gonna go down and drag the transparency to the left by holding down the left click button. Now I'm gonna add another section to the website, so I'm gonna click anywhere in the black to close the color picker, and scroll down and click the plus and click flexbox, and then click the first structure, and then I'm gonna click add element and drag over a container, and then I'm gonna go back to add element, click on that and search for a counter. I'm gonna hold down the left click and drag in that, and I'm going to right click on it and then click duplicate, and I'm going to click duplicate again. I want them to be next to each other instead of on top of each other, so I'm going to click on the container and change the direction to the right. I also want them to be in the middle of the container, so where it says justify content, I'm gonna choose center, and then at the line items I'm gonna choose center. I actually want them to be more spaced out than this, so I'm gonna click on space between. That's a bit too much. I'm gonna click on space around. That's it. Now I'm gonna add another section by clicking on the plus and flexbox and the first structure, and I'll add a container by clicking on add element, drag over a container, and I'll add another container inside of this one, and I'll also add an image, not inside but under it. So now there's a container and space for an image inside of this one container. I want these to be next to each other instead of on top of each other. So if I click on the outer container, I can change the direction to the right. Now I'm gonna add a heading put it inside of this container, and under that I'm gonna add some text. And now I'll add a button. Perfect. I'm now going to duplicate this by going to the outermost container over here and clicking on that. Right click and click duplicate, and then right click and click duplicate again. I want to add another heading, so I'm gonna drag the heading, but I'm not gonna put it inside of these containers. I'm going to place it up inside of this section. At this point, or even earlier, you're probably wondering why we haven't changed the text or the colors yet, and we're going to do that, but first we're going to make the base of the home page, and then we're going to go through adding information, and then we're going to go through editing that information. So next we're going to add another section, and then add a container, add a heading, and under the heading we're gonna put some text, and we're gonna add our second last section now and drop in a container and a heading, and this is actually going to be our testimonial section or our customer review section. So I'm actually going to drop some testimonial widgets in here. So I'm going to click on add element and then type in testimonial. And I'm going to duplicate this and duplicate it one more time. And now we're going to add in our final section. And we're going to add in a container and then add a heading and some text. And we're going to add in a button, but we're going to put it outside of the container. So this would go inside, and that would be outside of the container. If I do make a mistake and put it inside, I can just drag it out by holding the left click on this corner over here and then drag it outside of the container. And that's it. Under our button, we're going to add an image. And under our image, we're going to put some text. And finally, under our text, let me type in social icons. Under our text, we're going to put some social icons. And now the base of our homepage is complete. the base of the website for Kokoro Expeditions is complete. Next, we're going to start changing the headings and the text and make it align with the company. The first heading we're going to change by clicking on it, and then on the left here under title I'm gonna paste some text that is more in line with Kokoro Expeditions. This is really hard to see, so I'm gonna change the color of the heading by going to Style, and on text color I'm going to click over here on the color and then drag it over to black in the bottom left. And now to edit the text, I'm gonna click on that, and over here on the left I'm gonna delete this text and add some text that is more aligned with Kokoro Expeditions. I also want to change the color of this, so I'm going to click on Style, and where it says text color I'm going to click on the color and then take it to black. I can click anywhere in this space over here to close the color picker. To edit this button, I'm gonna click on it, and instead of it saying click here, I'm going to change it to explore outdoors. To change the color of the button, I'm going to click on Style and then click on Color, and then I'm going to paste the color that is more in line with Kokoro Expeditions. Before I move to the next section, I also want to change the font of the heading, so I'll click on that and then go to Style, and by typography I'm going to click the edit button and then choose the font that matches Kokoro Expeditions, which is Antique, and then the text I'll click on that and then change that too by going to Style and Typography and then clicking the edit button, and this will be Enter. So I'll click on that, the font for the button can also be changed, so I'm going to click on that and go to Style, and where it says Typography I'll click on the edit button, and then this will be Intertype. Before I go on to the other sections, in the second container we're going to add an image, so I'll click on that and then click on Style, and I'm gonna make it the background, so I'll click on Classic and then click on Image and then on Media Library and then click on the Kokoro Expeditions logo, and then there's a select button here that I'm clicking on. That's not quite showing the full logo, so I can make it look the way I want by going to display size and clicking on contain. I don't want it to repeat, so where it says repeat, I'm gonna click on no repeat, and where it says position, I'm gonna click on center. Finally, I'm gonna change the width of this container. So I'm gonna click on layout, and holding down the left click button, I'm gonna change the width by dragging it to the left. I don't like the way this looks. I'm going to decrease the width of this container by clicking on it and then clicking on layout and changing the width. I actually don't want the full logo because it already says Kokoro Expeditions over here, so I'm gonna click on this container again and style, and then click on this image, and then where it says attachment details, I'm gonna click on edit image and then click crop, and then I'm going to crop out the text. And then click apply crop and then save edits. Now I'm going to click select. Now we can move on to the counter section. I'm going to click on the edit button for the first counter, where it says title. I'm gonna change it from cool number to completed tours, and where it says ending number, I'm going to insert the amount of completed tours, and then I'll move on to the second counter. After updating all three counters, I'm gonna make some more visual edits by clicking on style and then click on number, and I'm gonna change the color by clicking on the color and dragging to black. And then where it says typography, I'm going to click the edit button and then drag the size to 29. And then I'll close number by clicking on it, and then open title by clicking on it, and change the color to black. And at typography, I'm going to click edit, and this will be enter. So now I'm just going to right click on this and click copy, and I'm going to right click on the next two counters and click paste style to have that style match the first counter. Lastly, I don't like how close these three sections are to each other, so To space it out a bit better, I'm going to click on this container and then click on advanced, and where it says padding, I'm going to click the up arrow to start to add some padding, and stop where I think is good, which is at 44. Now I'm going to change the color of this section by clicking on it and then clicking style and then clicking on classic and color over here and pasting the brand color. Now we'll move on to the next section, and to move a bit faster, I'm going to update all the headings and all the text and all the buttons with text relating to Kokoro Expeditions. Let me do that quickly. Okay, I changed the text and the headings and what it says on the buttons. Now I want all of the headings to match the first section and all of the text to match the first section. So what I could do is click on the heading and then edit where it says typography, and then just click on this plus icon and then say main heading and click create. And what that means is now I can go to any heading, click on it and go to style, and then I can click on the left at typography. Instead of clicking edit, I can click on primary, and then where it says main heading I can click on that, and that then changes the text font to match the first section. The same with the color. If I click on the first heading and then go to text color and then click on plus and say main black and then click create, Now I can go to any heading, click on it, and then at text color I'll click on where it says primary, and then just click on main black, and that means that whatever heading I see, I can just click on it and click on style and change it to main heading and change the color to main black. Alternatively, I can just right click on the first heading and click copy, and then right click on the heading that I want to change and then click paste style, which is what I prefer to do. So I'm just gonna do that quickly. And when that's done, I'm going to do the same for the text. I'm going to click right click, copy, and then paste on all the text. At the testimonial section, you'll notice that right click and paste style doesn't work. And that's because the testimonials are different to the text. So over here, we'll go to style, and then this is where it helps to have primary styles set. So if I scroll up to this text over here and click on it, and then go to style and click on typography and click save and say main text and click create. That now means that I can click on the testimonial section and then click on primary and then click on main text, and where it says text color, click on primary and click main black. With testimonials, you also have to edit the name and title. So I'll go to name and typography and title, and then do the same. Now that one testimonial is finished, I can click copy and then click paste style, same as before. Good. Now I'm going to add the images here by clicking on the image and then clicking choose image and choosing the image I want, which is this one, and then clicking on select in the bottom right corner. And I'm going to do the same for all the other images. Okay, I added some images, and now we're going to add more brand colors. So I'm going to click on edit on the section, click on style and change the background color by clicking on classic and here, and then pasting in the background color. I'm going to do the same in the testimonial section. In the contact section, I'm also going to change the background color, but I'm going to change it to a different background color. And now the background colors are changed, but this one. And over here we're actually going to add an image as the background. So we'll click on the section and click on style and click on classic and then click image. Click the image I want and click select. I want to change the height of this section, so I'm going to click on layout, and then where it says min height, I'm going to click on px and click on VH, and now I'm going to hold down the left click and drag the height to what I want. I don't want the image to repeat, so I'm gonna go back to style, and where it says repeat, I'm gonna click default and click no repeat. And then I actually want this image to be on the right instead of on the left, so I'm gonna click where it says position, I'm gonna click default and then click center right. And I don't want the text to cover the image, so I'm going to click on the container and then adjust the width. There is a section of the background color visible, so I'm going to change the background color by clicking on section and background color, pasting in the color, and I also want to add a background to this container because I want the words to be easier to read over the image. So I'll click on container and go to style and then click on classic background type and then click on color and paste in the same color, but I'm going to adjust the transparency. That to me looks good. Finally, when I changed the background color, it made the text harder to read in some sections. So in those sections, we're going to change the text color to white. And then right clicking on featured tours, click copy, then right click on the other headings and click paste style. Let's do the same for the text. Awesome. Next, we're gonna check the alignment of our text. I'm gonna change featured tours because I want it to be in the middle. So I'll click on this, and then under style where it says alignment, I'm gonna choose center. I also want more space in between all this content, so I'm gonna click on advanced and then add some padding. In the testimonial section, I want this heading to be in the middle, so I'm gonna click on this and go to style, and where it says alignment, I'm going to click on center. And at the bottom, I want to reduce the size of this logo, this image. So I'll click on it and go to style and then adjust the width. I want it to be in line with the rest of the content, so where it says alignment, I'll click on left. The same with the icons at the bottom. I'm going to click on it, and I don't need to go to style here because on the content section you'll see alignment at the bottom. You can click left. Over here I want to change the button color. I want it to match this button. So I'm gonna right click and click copy, and then I'm going to right click and click paste style. We are now reaching the end of our homepage design, so let's start adding links to our buttons. The first button is meant to work like when someone clicks on it, they'll be taken down to the featured tours section. So the way we're going to make that work is by clicking on featured tours and going to advanced, and then where it says CSS ID, we're going to put in a unique ID. And then copy it. And then go up to the button and click on it. And then where it says link, next to the hashtag, I'm going to paste the CSS ID of featured tours. And now when you click on explore our tours, it should take you down to this section here. For the rest of the buttons, the book now buttons, this fictional company actually does all of their contact with clients via Facebook. So all of these book now buttons will be linked to their Facebook account. And the way that we link them to the Facebook account is by clicking on them, and then where it says link, I'm going to delete that hashtag and paste the link to their Facebook account. And I'm going to do this with all of the buttons. In the icons section, they don't have a Twitter account, so I'll click X. And they don't have a YouTube account, so I'll click X. Click on Facebook, and then I'll paste their Facebook account link here also. Before we publish our website, we're going to add some animations. So to add our button animations, click on each button and go to Style, and then click Hover, and then where it says Hover Animation, you're going to click None and then click Grow. And what that does is make the button grow slightly when your cursor hovers over it. And we're going to add this animation to all of the other buttons by right clicking and clicking copy, and then right clicking and clicking paste style. I'm going to do that with all of the buttons. I'm also going to add this animation to the icons by clicking on icon hover in the style section and clicking on grow. You'll notice that we still have a white bar on the top of the screen where the menu should be. To change the color of this bar or get rid of this bar, we're going to click on Site Settings over there and then click on Hello Theme Header. So we can click Show where it says Menu to hide the menu, or if we wanted the menu to show, we could go to background type and click classic and then paste in the same background color as what we have on the rest of the site. As I said at the beginning of the video, there won't be any menu for this website, so I'm gonna click hide. Then click Save Changes. And then I'm gonna click the back arrow and I'm gonna scroll all the way down and notice that I need to update the footer section also. So inside settings, I'll click on Hello Theme Footer and I'm not going to show this menu either, and click on Save Changes. Then I'm gonna click the X and now I'm going to click on Publish. Now that my website is published, I'm gonna go back to the dashboard by clicking on the Elementor logo and then clicking Exit to WordPress, and then click on the WordPress icon. If you have any other WordPress tabs open in the editor, you can click X to close them and click Leave. Now go to Settings and click on General. Over here we're going to give the name of the company, which is Kokoro Expeditions, and then add the tagline. We need to choose a site icon, so click on that, and this is our site icon over here. Click on it and click Set as Site Icon. Gonna click Crop Image and then I'm going to scroll down to the bottom and click Save Changes. Next we're going to go to Reading in Settings and click a static page over here, and then where it says Home Page, select Home and click Save Changes. Now we're going to view our site by clicking on Visit Site on the top here. We can see that the tagline is over here and we don't want that there, so click on Edit with Elementor and then click on Site Settings. Click on Hello Theme Header, and where it says tagline, hide the tagline and then click Save Changes. Then we can click on the back arrow and click on Hello Theme Footer, and then we can hide everything in the footer. And we're also going to update the background color. Click on Classic and then add in the color. And click Save. Something that I haven't mentioned yet that is very important is that before you publish your site, you should make sure that it looks good and clear on mobile. And the way that you check that is on the top here, you can click on Mobile Portrait. So I'll click on that, and now I can see what the website looks like on a mobile device, on a phone. So I'll scroll through this quickly. I think this looks good. So I'm going to click back on desktop and click on the Elementor logo, and then click on Exit to WordPress and click on our site icon and then click on Visit Site. I'm going to test our first button and it works perfectly. I'll scroll through the rest of the site to make sure that all the functions are working. And that's it. Let me know if you have any questions, and thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more videos.